Please welcome Tam Fam, the one and only Coach Monica Aldama. Thank you so much for joining us.
Hello, Tamron. You look beautiful today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. And let me tell you, your book is on my nightstand already. So 2022, you made the nightstand, which is a big thing for me in my house here, because it's the first thing I see when I wake up and the last thing when I go to bed. Congratulations on getting through this book, because I know it had to be challenging.
Yes, it's definitely challenging anytime that you're vulnerable and you talk about, difficult things that you've gone through. But I thought it was important to, be honest and open up about, all the different challenges that I've had.
We met when you came on the show with the squad, and I was so excited to have you on with us at the time. And I watched your bond with that entire squad. And then, like the rest of the fans of the series, when the news broke regarding Jerry Harris and these unimaginable allegations, I thought about you. I thought, what will she say? What will she do? And in your book, you wrote that you were actually on Dancing with the Stars. And the quote from the book was, I was about to do one of the toughest things I'd ever challenged myself to do. And I'd been punched in the gut with devastating news right before showtime. I tried to stay mentally strong and focus on the task at hand, but my mind was in a million places. Take me back, Monica, to that moment when you learned of these allegations and charges eventually.
Yeah, I was, just like I said, I was on Dancing with the Stars. It was the very first live show. And so I was already way out of my comfort zone. I was very vulnerable at this time. And we were about to go into the full dress rehearsal. And that's when the executive producer came up to me and asked me if I'd seen the headlines. And of course I had not. And it kind of took the breath out of me for a minute. And all I read was the headline. I couldn't even read the actual article. I still haven't read the article. I talk about that in the book, but I just told her that I couldn't even look at that until I got finished with the show that night. And I got through the dress rehearsal and I went back and I did look at my phone for a second, but I knew that I couldn't read anything. I had to stay emotionally strong because it was, like I said, I was already a wreck just, thinking about doing Dancing with the Stars. So I just tried to hold back until I got through that night and then let all the emotions pour in.
When you, in your book, Full Out, you say lessons in life and leadership. You're leading this young team of incredible young folks who've revealed so much about their lives, families, broken homes, sexuality, all of these things. But they were like, I witnessed it, like your kids. Jerry and you had a bond because his life seemed so troubled from the beginning. How do you lead, though, in a crisis like this when it is a heart thing? You talk about going home and letting it all out. I'm sure that meant a lot of crying, a lot of tears, and maybe even anger.
Yeah, I mean, my heart was just all over the place. And, I wasn't physically in Texas, so that also was really weighing on me, not being able to physically be with the team and the people that I really felt like we needed to lean on each other. And we did as best we could. I definitely talk about in the book when we had a FaceTime call to talk about it. And it was, it was awful, honestly. I've never witnessed sadness and like that.
Yeah. Up next, how writing the book and returning to the docuseries helped Coach Monica and the team reset, what they learned about resilience and what she wants to share with all the fans after the break. I'm here with Monica Aldama, who is one of the most successful coaches in the country. Monica, if you will, became an overnight sensation when she and the team starred in the hit Netflix docuseries Cheer. And she's written a new book called Full Out, where she shares her principles on how to regain a positive mindset. Monica, I'm curious how the book and returning for season 2 of Cheer helped you reset, helped you adopt this mindset. Was it like the therapy that you needed? How did it play a role?
Well, I think it's always good therapy when you write out and document, what you're going through. But, the past 2 years were honestly the hardest 2 years of my coaching career with everything that was going on from, uh, the team and the pandemic and our season getting canceled in 2020. And, I found myself at a really low place and really having to dig down to the things that I've always tried to teach my athletes to make it through hard times, keeping a positive mindset and speaking positive thoughts into your own self. And I found myself, Matt talking myself almost every single day, just reminding myself who I am and what I'm here for. Because as you probably know, when you are in the spotlight, there's a lot of outside chatter trying to get in your head, and people don't like to see people succeed sometimes, and they try to tear you down. And you have to speak positive things to yourself, because you are going to believe what you tell yourself, and you don't want to believe what the other people are saying. So you have to be your own cheerleader.
You referenced Matt talking. For people who don't know what that means, that's really the team hyping you up to do it. You got it. You can make it happen. And you do need to do that for yourself. What did you, Monica, say to the team beyond the sport to help them understand, I know the burden of fame. They're suddenly all famous and people want something from them. And what they were witnessing with Jerry Harris?
Just to lean on each other, to be there for each other, to talk through whatever emotions that we were having, because, sometimes you just need a shoulder to cry on and just get the emotions out. And we knew that we were there for each other to do that, to be the, person they could just cry to or just to talk to, or, it was a very tough time.
Listen, I know that this was not and is not easy for you. Again, I saw you with them in person. I saw the bond. I witnessed it myself. And knowing that this is now a part of the story that you'll address, I think is a relief, because I think we all have to rip these masks off. And if we're going to keep it real and write books and do shows, we owe it to the people out there who are fans. And you and the team have done that. What do you see as the future? I read a report that Jerry actually reached out to you and wrote a letter to you. What do you see as the future?
I don't know what the future holds, but I've yet to respond to that, just because my head's still kind of all over the place. But, he has people around him that also are, want the best for him, to get him help.
Well, I know folks who want the best for you and want to see you get the shine and love that you deserve. I have a little message from some former students. Take a look.
Monica, when I first met you, I was lacking self-confidence. But your words taught me to always see the greatness in myself and to always give my all. Today, as an attorney, I use your lessons on a day-to-day basis to thrive in my career.
Monica, you always taught me to believe in myself and that I can achieve anything that I wanted to. Because of your love and dedication, I've been able to create my own cheer company and to pave the way for future cheerleaders.
You were more than just a coach to me, you were a second mother. You taught me accountability and to really show up, which has made me the successful coach and business owner that I am today.
Monica, you taught me the core principles of working hard, always staying humble, and treating people with respect. I now have a 10-month-old son, and I find myself reinstilling the core values that you taught me. Because of you, I'm a better father, a better husband, and a better man. Thank you.
Well, from the people who know you best to our audience, Monica, thank you so much for being here. Full Out is the book. It's available online and in bookstores near you. And I really appreciate you joining us today, Monica.
Thank you, Tamron.